Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today guys, we're taking a look at Avalanche as it goes ahead and sets a new all-time high. As we get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then do subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here. Right, with this said, done, and out of the way, let's dive into this technical analysis on Avalanche and AVAX to see what could potentially be on the horizon next. We're going to kick things off with this weekly chart, guys, like we usually do. There isn't a huge amount of information here for AVAX, but we can, of course, see that we have gained just under 7,000% from the low area of September 2023 to the top of wave or what would be actually wave 3. This good push to the upside, which was around February of 2021. That was 6,991% in gains. Right now, at the point of recording this video, we've just gone over that all-time high, setting a new all-time high at around the $62, $63 range. I forget exactly what number it is. We'll get down to that in a moment on the hourly, but yeah, we basically set a new all-time high around that $62 range. We are, of course, looking at a pretty good run here for Avalanche and AVAX, and we can see the Fibonacci retracement tool from the high of February and the low that was achieved, a double tap down here on the 21st of June and on the 19th of July, and this indicating about $225 price range here for AVAX. So again, not too bad. It's about 270%, not the best out there, but you know, you could actually go ahead and just blast straight away through these. The tech here and the team is absolutely fantastic. So if you are not familiar with this particular project, do some research on it. I'm not a financial advisor. Chris is not a financial advisor. So it's important that you do your own research into each of these cryptocurrencies and understand what it is that makes it so good. Or maybe it's something that you want to avoid. It's not your cup of tea, but doing that research is going to help you identify whether this is one for you or not. I'm not a financial advisor. As I say, I can't recommend anything to you, but I like this project. I've researched it, and I think AVAX is pretty cool. And on that note, you know, looking at how this is kind of progressing, I could see it potentially surpassing that $225, but right now there isn't a huge amount of information in the technicals, so we have to say that 225 looks like it's going to be the peak, but we could blast straight through that like we have seen with things like Solana, for example. So here right now, everything on this weekly chart is looking very good. We are, of course, overbought on our weekly. This is something that is perfectly natural, and we can be overbought up here on our weekly stochastic RSI for a couple of months or so before we actually go back down into you know, a bit of a bear market and down to oversold area. So we are looking to peak out this bull run around the end of the year, beginning of next year. And by which point we should start to see this loss of momentum on our weekly stochastic RSI. Okay, so we'll obviously monitor the situation, see how we are going. The next target that we are really looking for, and we might get there today, we might not, which would be $91.81. That's the first kind of price target for AVAX here. That's the one that we're going after. Right, let's jump down into our daily view. Here we can see that we are heading up into the overbought, and guys, you can see just how much time you can spend up in the overbought area under the right circumstances. So we're just entering this area. We can be up here for a while. I'm not too concerned. We can also see that we had the pullback from Bitcoin earlier in the week, and if I actually grab hold of my price range, we can see that Bitcoin did pull Avalanche down 37%, only for Avalanche to really surge from that low area down there all the way up to its current position of around 93%. Okay, so it gained 93% in this very short space of time in the last few days. Bit of a recovery, but this is a good testament to seeing, you know, what happens when you have this kind of level of correction taking us down into this oversold area, holding us down here, and then we explode to the upside. We take a look at the volume here. You can see the volume is coming in nicely as well, moving to the upside, and you can see that we started to lose a little bit of the volume. There's a little bit of selling pressure in the middle here. This is Bitcoin, and then we started to see a good surge back to the upside there. And we can see the volumes are decreasing a little bit, which means we are running out of momentum, but we want to see this continue on the day. If we can continue this growth, I know this is the start of a new day, so if we can, of course, grow this volume nicely and continue that push to the upside, we should be after that first price target of $91 in about no time at all, which would be fantastic. So overall, nothing's really majorly wrong with the daily chart. Everything here is looking pretty neat and tidy. Again, just heading after that $91.91. That's the first target of ours as we go ahead and set this new all-time high for AVAX just here. And when we actually jump down into our hourly view, this is where we get our trend line. You can see this nice push to the upside on the trend line here. Again, taking out some of these key areas. We look back at the history, right, and we can see that we were definitely hovering around this 786 area, getting rejected from the 786 with Bitcoin. Otherwise, we were actually in a pretty good position to continue that growth, right? But basically, that rejection, courtesy of Bitcoin, then started this trend where we took out the 618, the 702, the 786, and now the all-time high. So overall, this trend line is working well for us, but we are overbought on the hourly. Although we can be up here for a few hours, we do expect to come back down. So what we're looking for now is a surge to the upside, okay? And if we can get a good surge to the upside here, we probably won't go all the way to 91 in one day, but we want a good surge to the upside and then a bit of a correction and then go after it, okay? So we will be expecting a bit of a pull back to take us to the oversold area before we push back up again. And what we look for here is good sentiment, okay? So we can see that basically whilst we're pushing the prices up, we can see good volume comes up, good sentiment. We see the volumes come down as our price comes down. Okay, well, that's what we're looking for. And right now we're running out of momentum just here. We can see that we are lowering the volumes as we stabilize around this area. So ideally, we want to actually grow the volumes just a little bit more so we can stay overbought before we have that pullback. If not, then we probably will just fall back down towards our trend line. That would basically allow us to basically continue the growth later. Again, could be frustrating, but again, not the end of the world either. What we look for here is a small correction like we had seen with this one. If we can have this level of correction on our stochastic, like with the same thing with our price, a small pullback here could see us then surge right back to the upside there. So overall, what we look for here is that loss of momentum, keeping the selling volumes nice and low here for AVAX, so that we can continue that push to the upside and try to go after that first 1.618 price target of $91.81. That area there is going to be the first target. That's where we anticipate the first bit of resistance or major resistance being before potentially pulling back down. And again, everything here is looking pretty good, and there's nothing of major kind of concern with AVAX at the moment, just kind of ticking along nicely. Lots of fantastic things going on in the space. I've kind of done a video on this previously, so do check out the channel if that's of interest to you. Likewise, let me know if you want to run a pool, if you want us to run a pool for AVAX. It's one of those ones that we are looking at as a potential contender as to, maybe we run a staking pool for Avalanche so that we can all earn a bit of a passive income when it comes to AVAX. And specifically, if we're going to be accumulating during a bear market, these are the kind of pools that we want to be creating so that we can basically keep dollar cost averaging really good positions, throw all of our coins into the stake pool, and then earn a passive income on our holdings during the bear market as well. So let us know, in the comments below whether or not you want us to run a stake pool here for AVAX. Really interested to know what people's thoughts or opinions are. We are looking at several different projects for new staking pools. So do let us know what your thoughts and opinions are with the Avalanche pool, if that's something that you want us to do. Hopefully you guys have found this brief update on Avalanche useful and informative. If you have, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then do so ahead and subscribe to the channel. By doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here. With this said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.